It's like these niggas don't got no hood in them.
I know 50 was about to shoot that shit with a Mac.
You know, so we still wasn't gonna say nothing. All right, whatever, 50, da. He got on the mixtape.
Hey, Smurf, don't think I'll hear you out there talk about me, you little dirtbag. Brush your teeth before you talk about me. I'm like God to you.
And he know why, man. Cause
I know why. I know why. I don't go. Yeah, I really don't.
Cause
so
you're not real, dude. You're not at all, man. We went to Summer Jam, 20 deep. We went there to just make a statement. We here. Anywhere you go, you can't escape us. And we loved you, man. Real talk. Niggas loved you. Niggas loved you.
I know 50 grew up out here and whatnot. He grew up with us. We know him. He was a big figure out here. I can't even say he was soft, you know. 50 was never soft. I'm never here to his name in that sense that he's soft and whatnot. But we on 161st. This is spot where 50 got shot at. This is his grandmother's house and whatnot. Coming up towards your right. This is the house to your right here.
Back in 1997, the South Side was straight grind. 50 Cent and Bang Smurf weren't just running the same block. They were living the same grind, chasing that same motto. Get rich or die trying. These two weren't just friends. They were family by choice. Smurf used to crash on 50's couch, eat off his plate. Sometimes 50 himself would be in the kitchen throwing something together. Their bond was so tight that 50 even became godfather to Bango Smith's son. That's deeper than rap. That's real loyalty. Together they built Hollow Point Entertainment, hustling mixtapes through barber shops and bootleg vans, flipping street cash into studio hours. 50 was signed under Trackmasters at Columbia, juggling label politics while dodging real-life beef outside the booth.
We went down with that cat 50 Cent. We went down with that.
Who?
That cat 50 Cent.
Who? I don't know him. You know what I'm saying? I don't even know who you're talking about.
Wow.
Right? Shout out to Troy Casey. He might still be locked up right now.
Ja.
He robbed Ja.
And I'm in a club, and I see the I'm like, hey, what's up? You know, we chilling. He see me kicking it with the who robbed him, and he feel like, oh, I shouldn't speak to this dude because I know the kid robbed him, but I know this kid. I grew up with him.
The guy with the gun won. You know what I'm saying? All right, yeah. You got the gun out here. Take that. Hold on to that. Okay. Not a problem. You know what I'm saying?
Smurf was his street armor. The one making sure the crew stayed solid and no snakes got close.
I'll tell you personally, the people that you see, like Irv, Ja, the people that are involved in the business aspect, are like these niggas don't got no hood in them.
And then I know some other and there was a video shoot on Jamaica Ave. I know 50 was about to shoot that shit up with a Mac. They always used to try to play Fifth, like, get out of here type vibe, you heard?
Yeah.
Fifth a gangster, he ain't taking this.
He's nobody. He's this person, right? This person we're talking about, he's no one.
That's the whole gangster.
Ain't hustlers.
Exactly.
You see what I'm saying? So when you got not a hustler, he becomes a buddy hustler. And what he does is he tries to eat off of other plates.
Okay.
You see what I'm saying? By, mentioning names and saying things.
Come on, give me a kiss, you little
and then wanting them to chant back. So that's why, when you say the name, I say, who?
That nigga's a sweetheart for real.
I don't know him.
He's a fruit pop for real.
He sells like no record. He hasn't even came out yet.
I can't even see how a kid can look at Ja Rule and want to be like Ja Rule.
I don't know him.
This want to be Tupac Shakur.
There's a lot of people out there that don't have things.
Duets.
That see people with things.
But you call yourself the whole time.
And they want what these other people got.
Right. He's a pop artist.
Who?
Grease video.
Buddy hustler.
Like you might as well just go over there and hang out with Christina Aguilera and Britney Spears and them, that they'll accept you.
Success is the best, revenge.
That's crazy. I really don't like that guy. I really don't like Ja Rule.
Making die bleeding is nothing. You make breathing in you, saying something.
Maybe I'm so disrespectful because to me you're a mystery. I know from your hood, you have no history. Never poke nothing, never pop nothing. Stop fronting.
That's his personal opinion. If that's the way he feel about Ja, that's his personal opinion. But does that give you the right to go making songs and saying all this shit about it?
Then came the moment that flipped Queens upside down. The Ja Rule robbery.
I write my life. You write what you seen in gangster movies. I'm gangster to the core. You can't move. Yeah. Not a no, you're not a murderer. You little stupid little looking boss is a. If he could, he would. Sell his soul for cheap. Traders like to be sure.
Ja's my dog. We bang together. You know what I mean? Straight up and down. It's for life. I'm from the good hood, from ghetto. I came straight to Murder Inc., straight from my cell, from jail. People see me on the sideline and like, damn, Black been with Murder like 4 years. What's popping with Black? But now it's time for me, now that the beef is popping, now I mean it's time for me to smash them. But I'm not out for the big fame, jump out there just for the chains and jewels. And man, listen, my family got a house, I'm taking care of my family. Got something called health insurance now. Fucking with the hollow tips.
Word is Jaws spotted 50 chilling in the club with the same guy who once robbed him, and that didn't sit right. Once 50 realized he'd gotten under Murder Incorporated's skin, he kept firing off. Track after track, this after this. Before long, shots were flying both ways.
We walk into the studio, we hear Rule going crazy, he's yelling and screaming, what's happened, what happened? And mind you, we have about 40, 50 guys with us. Rule's like, he's here. Who's here? He's like 50, he's here, he's in the building. Irv is doing the talking with Rule and he's trying to keep a level head with Rule, like, what are you worried about? Let's do what we do. He asked Irv a question. The question was, you not riding with me? All I seen her do was unbuckle his watch, and I knew what that was, so that was it.
There always some somethings, B. Let me tell you, the door was super narrow, right? We in the hallway upstairs in Hit Factory, them little rooms they got upstairs. Yeah. It's super narrow, right? They came small and closed the door. The door that they was in my jacket is in their room. Look, it's 2 doors right here, right? My jacket is in this one. The hallway's narrow enough for us to walk through, that's it. They come close this door. They in there, they just let them close the door. My gun is in the jacket in that room. So
yeah, what's beef? Know what I mean? Beef is when you see a studio or wherever and the niggas want to talk and niggas is like, nah, ain't nothing to talk about, right? There's like 5 of us and 5 of them and niggas is getting it on and fighting and bang. Some way, somehow, the lights got hit off and getting it on in the dark. It wasn't like nobody hit the snitch like this gangster. The switch, know what I mean? The not see nothing. It's just in the mix of it being so crowded and beefing. Somebody bumped into the light switch and it got dark. That's what happened, son. Know what I mean? Because it was like 10 getting it on in the dark. One with 50, like, yo, where the gat at? What? I just started hating bomb because I first thing kicked in my mind. If get to the gat, one of us is dead. But I felt the gat was in the area and was reaching for, you know what I mean? And I wasn't letting nobody get to their gun to pop me, you know what I mean? So I started poking straight up and down. And that's the whole truth, nothing but the truth, so help me God.
We gotta go through the scrapping on this side. The boy gets stabbed in the chest, the DJ, the whole situation was bugged out. But they got in the other room sitting there. I'm knocking the door after these niggas ran down. I can't even get my down the steps. It would have been alright if I did that. It would have been self-defense still. Because all that many people came in there, whole different thing. Would have changed everything. Oh my. Gotta let the swim me off in there with a bang. Then I didn't even go to the hospital. The little scratch I had only was with 3 stitches. I didn't go to her, I went home. And I'm in the radio here and I went to the hospital.
Word to God! Lawyers let us know now pressing charges that I stabbed them and that I stabbed a few people and all that. They gave a statement on me. That's the statement that's floating around that some people don't think is a real document, but it's a real document.
Me and Irv got arrested.
You little try to jump off like it's a promotional stunt. 7 days before your album drop, huh? You little order protection. From who? Who I need order protection from? Your little, oh man.
He's a clown for denying it. For denying, because like anybody that really want to dig is going to find out it's true. So how you going to deny a fact? I had called my lawyer and said, yo, send me a copy over them. And we started letting the copy circulate to expose what type of person this, what type of individual 50 is, because he running around portraying a thug and all that. See, if he was rapping about club music and itchy eye, yeah, and some party jump off, he'd be cool, but you can't talk like a gangster and you a
clear all the
snitch.
snitch rumors up back in the days, it was the engineer that actually sued, you heard? 50 ain't never sued, Yayo ain't never sued. It was the engineer. 50 never told, Yayo never told, the engineer told, and won a lawsuit.
By March 2000 at Manhattan's Hit Factory 50 was their recording when Murder Incorporated, S-Crew, Jaw Blackchild, Cadillac T, and the Queen Squad pulled up ready for smoke. A few months later, everything went dark. 50 Cent got shot 9 times right outside his grandma's house.
He took me, Rude Boy, El Dorado, and Haleen to the Poconos, and we formed the G Unit at the Round Table. Yeah. I'm an original co-founder, original big stepper. Okay. Day one. I got famous for busting my. I got famous for being who I am.
You say you put the G. You put the G in the unit.
We ain't started from no rap. Started from the streets, man, on some gang. Cause we ain't know this G Unit was gonna be that big.
The industry turned its back overnight. Labels dropped him. Radio blacklisted him.
Don't go my soldiers, boy. You get laid out. I'ma say I told you, boy.
The industry turned its back overnight. Labels dropped him. Radio blacklisted him.
We doing so much units, Eminem wound up getting a whiff of that mixtape. Like we dropped in the.
And the streets were whispering like it was over. But 50 was cut from a different cloth built to survive.
I'm rolling up some smoke, and we now leaving Boston. I think it's a W hotel, right? I hear commotion outside. I see one of my bros arguing with the road manager. I had a little animosity against the road manager. Because there's certain things that was going on tour I didn't appreciate. Always told myself if I got the opportunity to face, I'm gonna punch it in the face. Opportunity presented itself. He beefing with my little homie, so I runs off the tour bus and shit. Like, yo, what's happening, man? What's happening? He like, yo, your man got my jersey on. So he like, yo, tell your man pull his jersey up. I got a gum stain in mine. So I'm like, homie, put your man. He pulled the The gum stain was really there. So now I felt bad like that because we in the wrong now. I'm like, but I'm still going to defend my dog. So I'm like, nah. He's like, nigga, I told you that was my jersey. He tried to play me like, yo, you go get your. And he tried to tell my homie, let's go around the corner to fight now. So I'm like, go get it. And that's what I'm saying in my head. This is disrespect for you. This is what I'm saying in my head. I just in the face. So me and the homie who had his jersey, we washed. 50 came off the bus like, yo, what's happening? I had an attitude though, man. I was like, yo, your man, what's happening? I pointed to the road manager. All I had to do was explain to big homie, because he ain't want to hear nothing from nobody. Remember, I'm his right hand. So he came to me like humbly, like, yo, Smurf, what happened? Kind of got an attitude with homie, because you know I'm fired up. I was in the heated moment and so I you know, when you look back, and could take the wrong for that.
Smurf wasn't there when the shots rang out, but he told Fifth straight up, next time somebody comes for you, I'm the one answering. That's when 50 and Smurf sat down and made a move that would change hip-hop forever.
He started with my homie Bang Smurf. As you know, he's incarcerated. Smurf was 50's everything. His shooter, his protection, his standby guy. He opened doors for him. Everything. That was his heart. So when he got locked up, his bail was $75,000. Now at this point, Get Rich or Die Trying did like $8 million. So, you know, 50 had that money to wipe with. So we just keep calling him, man. We just getting the same answer. So we like, hold on, this went and did things for you behind you getting shot. My man was the one that retaliated, you know? You didn't go out and grab your gun. You didn't go and say, oh, this about to go find him. My was in the car riding around. You know what I'm saying? A lot of in the hood was riding around to take care of that beef for him. He wasn't grabbing no. I feel he behind that, because how you not gonna send money to somebody that did, you know what I'm saying, took care of your business? That's your business. You got shot twice. Smurf didn't get shot. So finally, we get a bail bonds person that says they'll take the house. Smurf's mother's house had to be put up in order to get him out. And $7,500 from his hood.
Called this when I came out of the pen, right? I'm like, yo, 50 was good. I mean, I'm like, yo, son, what's good? Why y'all come get me? Can't even
Tell me why. He just started beefing like, what? You running around in town, I'll send you back to the hood to get your mind right. Being up for 4 months. How you gonna send a back to the hood to get his mind right? You know what getting your mind right in the hood is? Getting high and 10
50 now, this 50 multi-million-dollar character that everybody's thinking he's fame, taking his shirt off, thinking he's cute, is not loyal. So all that money you got, if you don't got loyalty, who's gonna respect you?
There's certain people you don't trust, and then there's certain people you do trust. Like Smurf, like he knew Smurf was loyal to him, you know? Smurf would have laid down his life for 50 Cent. Wow. You know? Smurf go against anybody for 50. Even myself, Smurf would have went against me for 50. And not, you know, saying it's a bad thing, because it turned out to be a bad thing, but Smurf is a loyal person. That's how loyal he is, you know? That's just him, you know? He's too kind-hearted and whatnot.
Even when Smurf came out on bail, he still wasn't going at 50's head. He still wasn't, yo, 50 da. He was just hurt behind it. He was really hurt. He done slept in 50's house to protect him, laying his life down for this man who can't in return at least bail him out. You owe your life to Smurf, actually. You know, so we still wasn't gonna say nothing. All right, whatever, 50 da. He got on the mixtape.
Hey, Smurf, don't think I don't hear you out there talking about me, you little dirtbag. I'm like God to you. God to you.
God to you. You ain't God. That's why I dropped What's Beef. I ain't gonna anything else he said, but that What's God should really touch my heart.
Smurf is heated now. It went from being hurt to being mad. And that's when it all...
They built a crew. While the industry shut the door, they went right back to hustling hand to hand, block to block, pushing that Guess Who's Back heat from Queens to Detroit to LA.
He got rich and then switched on the block that made him.
No cats, 50 lay up for steroids and Prozac pills.
We went to Summer Jam 20 deep. We went there to just make a statement. We here. Anywhere you go, you can't escape us. So when they came out on the stage, we was already here. Unit. We were on the left side. And 50 stayed on the right side the whole time. He was like trying to ignore us and whatnot, but it just got to him. You know, 50 has an ego. So once something really touches his nerve, he wants to do something to touch your nerve.
It's all right that you still love us. See, I'm a told you,
he comes over with a bottle of water. Now I'm thinking he gonna throw the whole bottle of water at us and cause some damage. This opens the bottle and throws the water out on us. So Smurf jumps over the barricade. When Smurf jumped over the barricade, security rushed him. My homie True, that's locked up right now, grabbed a chair and flung it at 50. Oh, so once one chair flew, you know, 20 chairs flew behind him. Now we threw chairs at them. They ain't throw them back, nothing. Nothing. Their security guard tried to throw one back, but...
Yeah, what's up, man? What's up, New York City? I'm never in trouble, man. What's up?
We all wish that it could end, but you know, once somebody does something that is so crazy, like, this thing kicks in.
50 you. And he know why, man, because you're not real, dude. You're not at all, man. For real. It's loyalty and it's betrayal and there's nothing in between. And we loved you, man. Real talk.
The grind was so loud that Eminem himself heard it and made the call. The streets had birthed a monster. By 2002, 50 signed to Shady Aftermath, stepping into the big leagues with a target on his back and Smurf still riding shotgun.
You know, was a part of it. He's found a way to backstab these people, from M to Dre to Floyd, like everybody that with him. He's found a way to be a backstabbing, you know, which is, I think, is a testament of who he is.
But things got messy fast. Smurf got into it with one of 50's road managers and 50 told him to head back to Queens to cool off. While 50 was touring the globe, Smurf caught a gun charge and got locked up. When he came home, he linked with Domination, forming Gangster Flip Records and later the Silverback Gorillas, dropping mixtapes and diss tracks aimed straight at 50. Smurf said 50 switched up, got rich, and forgot the block that built him. When Smurf flipped sides, Queens got divided fast. The same streets that once screamed gun it started echoing Silverback guerrilla chants. Smurf and Domination were calling out 50 on every track, saying he left the hood hanging while he chased Hollywood fame. The tension was thick. Old friends became rivals overnight. Smurf felt like 50 cut off the people who helped him rise, the ones who had his back before the millions and security guards. Meanwhile, 50 was out touring with Eminem and Dr. Dre stacking plaques while the block whispered he forgot his roots. But 50 didn't back down. He made it clear in interviews that he had no time for anyone slowing his mission. Still, that Queen's energy was dangerous. Loyalty turned to envy, and every corner had an opinion. What used to be family was now straight war talk in the streets and on wax. It wasn't just rap beef anymore. It was personal, deep, and everybody could feel it. By 2004, the heat was out of control. Smurf was still throwing shots at 50, claiming he built the Gunnet blueprint and never got his credit. Interviews, mixtapes, DVDs, Smurf was everywhere talking reckless. The streets were tuned in waiting to see if 50 would clap back or stay silent. But 50 had already leveled up. He was running with Eminem, touring worldwide, and sitting on multi-platinum plaques. Still, that street pride wouldn't let him ignore the noise. He started dropping subtle jabs in records, reminding everybody who the real boss was. The tension between Queen's legends had the whole borough watching like it was a movie. Smurf wasn't letting go, though. He linked up with rival crews and started feeding the streets more dirt, saying, 50 ain't real no more. It was like betrayal played on loop. Brothers turned enemies. Respect turned resentment. Every drop of success, 50 got only made the split deeper. By the time 2005 hit, things went from bad to straight chaos. Smurf had officially joined forces with SUJ Knight's camp, waving the death row flag and calling himself the new face of the East. That move shocked the whole industry. Queens felt betrayed and the tension between him and 50 hit a point of no return. Smurf started dropping disc after disc, taking wild shots at Gunnet, calling out Lloyd Banks, Tony Yao, and even Game. He was outside heavy, claiming he still ran the same blocks 50 came from. Meanwhile, 50 brushed it off publicly, but behind the scenes, the energy was tight. Nobody wanted to be caught in the crossfire. Then came rumors that certain folks in Queens were choosing sides, Gunnet or Silverback. The same streets that once pushed both of them up were now split in half. Smurf swore 50 owed the hood loyalty, while 50 felt he'd outgrown the drama. What started as brotherhood had officially turned into all-out war and neither one was backing down. By 2005, Smurf's story took another wild twist. He got locked up again and this time they deported him straight to Trinidad. Even from across the ocean, he kept talking about 50, the betrayal, the brotherhood, and the fallout that changed everything. Smurf said he didn't hate 50, but he felt like the streets don't love him no more. Meanwhile, 50 had leveled all the way up. Mogul status, TV deals, champagne brands, and a legacy that stamped him as one of hip-hop's biggest power players. But on the other side of the world, Smurf's path kept shifting. His name still echoing through Queens. Even while he fought for a new start overseas, after bouncing through setbacks and shadows, Smurf made a move nobody saw coming. He touched down in the UK, chasing a fresh start, even applying for asylum. From Queen's corners to British flats, his story stretched farther than anyone could have imagined. So, what y'all think? Is there still room for redemption between these two? Drop your thoughts below, and don't forget to subscribe to Celeb Sphere.